Hi, this is Michael at TV Radio 1972, and today I am reviewing the QFX R-35 pocket-size AM/FM shortwave radio with built-in speaker. I bought this at a local discount store called Bargain Man for $10.99 plus tax. It is the same Bargain Man store in which they sold another QFX radio last year. It was the QFX R9. This year, they are selling this radio. And you're probably wondering, what possessed me to buy this radio? And the simplest answer I can give you is to supply material for this channel. That's my simplest explanation. But I digress. Here's the radio in front of us. They do a good job with the packaging. I gotta give them credit for it. It's beautifully designed. So here's the front here. Here's the side right here. Features in English and Spanish. Picture of the radio here. And where the volume wheel is. The headphone jack right here. More features in French here. Picture the antenna here, your tuning wheel, band selector switch, battery powered. It requires 2 AA batteries. And here's the side of the box right here. And then this warning here. You can pause and read that. And I'll open the package. I'll take out the paperwork. There's a very simple instruction sheet in 3 languages. You have English up here. And FM is A 7.5 to 108, AM is 530 to 1600, and shortwave 17.5 to 19. And then on the bottom here are your French instructions. And then on the other side is Spanish. And then you have your warranty paper, 1-year warranty. You gotta admit, the paper looks beautiful, although the terms aren't. And it's packed in bubble wrap, which is good. And here it is, the QFX R5. And I wanted to show you another radio that I bought last year and compare the compare with the QFX radio. The Sony ICF P26. I bought this last year. Very good radio here. So I wanted to show you a comparison of it. Now I still have to film on here for a reason, and that's because the light is pretty bright. On the QFX, the battery and tuning light. The speaker grills are very similar. The tuning wheels are similar. There's a band selector switch here, FM, AM, and shortwave on the QFX, while the Sony just has FM, AM, and off. On the back of the radio, very similar looking battery compartments and vented cases, the antenna. The QFX has a screw here, so you really cannot put a wrist strap through it. The Sony came with a wrist strap, which you can tie and put through here. If you are a fan of the wrist strap, the antennas are on the right. This is the longer antenna right here. And on the side, you have a volume wheel here. On the top and on the bottom, your headphone jack. Both ears, by the way. This tuning knob, this turns on and off the radio. This does not. You have to turn on the Sony using this. So I'll put that away. And I'll describe the dimensions on this radio before I start operating it. It is 2 3/4 inches long, 4 5/8 inches in height, and a depth of about 1.5 inches, a 2-inch speaker, and a 13-inch antenna. Now what I'm going to do is turn on the radio and start off on FM. The light's pretty bright. WNYZLP 87.75 New York City. That's in Korean. And that's WBGO Jazz 88. That's 88.3 in Newark, New Jersey. And I'll scan through the rest of the dial quickly.
Robbie.
Then you scrolled, because that was like...
Six Flags Great Adventure. Move on, forget you, but I hope meant every word we... Go back to the one.
FM, I say it's pretty decent. It gets your stations, but with these DSP tuners, you have to tune in slow and carefully, or you'll miss stations. That's kind of the problem with these DSP receivers. Mainly locals, but you get a few semi-locals here and there. I actually got better reception on another spot using this radio. This isn't quite the best spot for this radio to get reception. I've gotten it better on other spots, though. As a matter of fact, here's an FM reception report. I actually got about 50 stations. 49 of them were licensed, one of them wasn't. But I had to really tune slowly and carefully, and sometimes even tune backwards, in order to get a station I missed. So the DSP on the FM is not so great, although it can get you stations. So I'll go to AM. WBWD 540. That's Islip, New York. That's about 51 miles.
Great deal more than just a great deal. Visit myhyundai.com.
No, my mistake. That's WSNR 620. I don't know how I missed 540 and 570. Oh, that's 570. That's 540, okay. Yeah, the dial's off on the AM. I think this is 66.
Heading to post-game coverage presented in part by Altice One, only at Optimum. This is James Paxton of the New York Yankees, and you're listening to the flagship station for Yankees talk, tickets, and every game. The Fan, WFAN and WFAN-FM, New York.
Yep. Sports Radio 66 and 101.9 WFAN, New York.
Gas and Power, the Tri-State also.
Training part of the program.
and over and over again. Folks, territories? This is another one of these relievers that just seems to lose a little focus from time to time.
I think this is 880.
And even in safe situations, he can be erratic.
He's almost the closer by default.
We're not trying to demean what he's done. He does.
Yep, 880 WCBS New York City, but it's not even at 700 on this dial.
How they were.
People, and they said, you know, if they get...
Nation Smith, Eliteman, 1010 wins, live in Harlem.
And Sam, there was some confusion earlier.
Yep, 1010 wins WINS New York. Looks like it's on 750 on this dial, but it's actually on 1010.
Although... United Nations might not have the teeth that are necessary.
Hi, Tom. Everybody talks about how cool it is to take the unbeaten path until they actually have to take one. Good luck with those.
I think this is 1190.
Well, luckily, whichever path you choose, you'll find a Motel 6 somewhere along it. You can rest up in a great room.
WLIB New York City 1190.
Saving more for what you travel for path.
That music on 1250 is WMTR, Morristown, New Jersey Classic Goldies. And that's 1280 WADO. It's not even on 1000 on this dial.
Also, Emmy Lou is listening and playing.
Before they were at enmity between themselves.
Jericho Palace and Restaurant offers New York residents banquet space they need for 50 to 500 people to make their event a success.
Find us in Queens Village, 15 minutes from Long Island, 30 minutes from Brooklyn, 30 minutes from Manhattan.
Check us out at www.jerichopalace.com.
WWRL 1600 New York City.
Restaurant at 516.
And this noise you're hearing is 1630. WPYJ 708 Clifton, New Jersey, which is our travel information station that airs nothing but either this dead carrier or a retransmitter of one of the NOAA weather stations. And that's it. It goes up to 1630 AM. So as far as AM, mainly good for locals. You may get a semi-local here and there, but you have to tune slow and carefully because of this DSP dial. Although, I tend to miss less stations when I tune into AM than I do with FM for some strange reason on this radio. But I'll give you an AM reception report during the day. I did actually get about 25 stations. So, and a couple of them I was able to get with the loop. Although, an AM loop antenna doesn't work quite as well on this QFX radio as I have with others, but I was able to get a couple of them because of it. So the total then with the loop is 27 stations. And at night, I got about 39 stations. And my longest distance at night was 840 WHAS Louisville, Kentucky, which is over 640 miles. So yes, you can get those 300, 400, 500, 600 mile stations with this radio, so it's actually not too bad at night either, but it depends on where you spot the radio. Because on my bed, I actually get better reception than I do right in front of this camera. So that's another thing to consider. So AM is just okay. So let's go to shortwave. Oh, it was there, now it's gone.
Guys in a game that was on the line with the last few seconds left. They threw the inbound pass, but they didn't.
9350 WWCR, Nashville, Tennessee. I won't identify all the stations, just ones that I know.
Not true. People who've been around for years will know this.
Another station.
Catholic teaching with her one-of-a-kind perspective from her spunky spirit.
I think this is EWTN 15.160. Another station. That is WRMI 15.770 Okeechobee, Florida. But look where it is on the dial. It's almost 18. And that is all. But I have a feeling this only goes up to 16. I mean, when you get stations in the 15s in this area, I have to wonder if this dial isn't even accurately stating it. I don't think it's 7.5 to 19. I think it's kind of more like 8 to 16 probably. Because around this spot of the dial, it's not on right now, but around this spot of the dial here, if you look at the red pointer, I got WBCQ Monticello, Maine at 9330 when they had it at 500 kilowatts. It's 500 kilowatts. I got it clear as a bell around this spot, so I have to wonder, maybe it doesn't start at 7.5, maybe more like 8 or 9, but it could just be the way QFX made this dial. So overall, the shortwave, it just mainly gets mostly domestic or strong stations, nothing stellar. So how would I rate this radio? After listening to this the past few days and seeing how it performs, and then this band scan, honestly, I cannot in good conscience give this more than a 3. And I don't think I can even give it a 3 because the dial accuracy, especially on AM and shortwave, was not very good. FM did a little better in accuracy. Plus, I had a hard time putting these batteries in. I had a hard time. So that's another problem with this radio. So with little things like that, even closing was a bit of a problem. I can't even give it a 3. So, and plus the volume. If you turn it up too much, it's real loud. Not when you're on a station. So it can go from low volume to high volume with just a little bit of a turn on this wheel. So that's another problem. So my overall rating for this will be a 2.5 out of 10. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Would I recommend buying this radio? No, not even for $11. But, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good week, everyone, and God bless. Bye-bye.